Yes, dear ones, and this is Tara, and what a pleasure it is to be with you today. Certainly so. We took a moment to be with your higher selves, your souls and spirits, to listen. For you have grown, you are changing so very much. You are becoming more and more of who you truly are. And in that radiance, in that light, there is love. And that love is expanding. And that love is something you can count on. For in that love are clues to who you are, the grace that you flow through you, that comes from soul, that comes ultimately from God, Goddess. And for what purpose is all that love and that light in a world that needs you to show up with your love and your light, to transform it, to create something new, to value yourselves, to show up with your light and love, consciously so, is the new you, is the strength and power of your individuality, is your magic, your will combined with love. So important to be the more of you, to quiet the lesser self, who can in a moment pick up and survive with those strategies designed by child and adolescent, and even the young adult has a few. But you, the spiritual adult, you are the more of you. And it is time to emphasize that you, to create an identity that is stronger than the old identity, that allows for new expansive beliefs about what's possible, about who you are, about the difference that you make, the impact you are here to have. The old stories don't make sense to the you are becoming. The backdrop needs to change, needs to evolve. And the way you do that is to heal your child and give them a new reality. Heal your adolescent, give them a new reality. So that that new story, that new reality, for they are in the more real, the child and the adolescent, and all the ages in between. When you check in on your child, your adolescent, go to whichever age shows up. Do not worry about getting them all right. There's only one that gets triggered at a time. And when they are triggered, the lesser self strategies come into play to survive, to react. And you forget who you are. But it only takes a moment to remember as you look to your emotions for guidance. For you, the more exists in joy, in beauty, in peace, in love. The lesser self, not so concerned with those things, is concerned with safety and security and protection and avoiding and dominating if necessary. Forms of control. Sometimes the form takes that of being the victim, of being in self-pity. Other times it is more aggressive in the martyrhood. All designed by the child or the adolescent who didn't have the tools that you have now, who didn't have what they needed. What they really needed was to know that they are loved, that they are enough, that they are not alone. But you did learn along the way that you chose to be different. You chose to be alone. so that you would have the space to create yourself in a new form, separate from the consensus. But that choice has pain in it, and it's important to heal that pain, which is that separation from the whole and a longing to be a part of that whole. But not the consensus. The consensus we define as the average of your beliefs at any given moment. You just look to your consensus. The average of your experiences is represented out there in the illusion in the physical world. You also see the range. You see the most negative represented, and you see the higher octaves of that which you are reaching for. As you become more and more, that mid-range becomes brighter, becomes lighter, becomes full of love. And the darkness is less. And the light is more. And so along the way, you have learned to adapt and then to detach, regroup, and start anew. So that starting anew, that initiating a new reality is what we will do this evening in meditation. For the change has occurred. You have been changing many things within yourself. You have discovered what you no longer want to have to be at the effect of. You have changed old patterns that have kept you stuck. You have released those vestiges of sorrow, of betrayal, of hurt, of loneliness. In the depths of the loneliness is a despair, a howl of despair. It awakens you. It has a purpose. It signals it's time to relinquish your hold on the familiar that has harmed you, that reminds you of pain. But it's time to be free, time to heal. It's time to be whole. Part of you understands those experiences do not exist in the more real. They exist in the physicality, in the lifetime, in time and space. And time and space are an illusion that can be altered if you remember that it can. And as the mapmaker magicians that you are here to change the experiences by stepping out of time, out of the space that you exist in, gathering new energies and then bringing those back. Higher truths, radiant energies, light, love, beauty, compassion, forgiveness. They are not just words. They are keys that open you up to your soul. And so let's play with those beautiful energies. And when you are full, you can release what is not a resonant match for those resonances. Because you will be very clear on which is which. Now, many of you are quite good at existing in those exalted resonances already. And so you may find this to be a very easy task. And it will simply be a matter of giving your child or your adolescent what they need today so that you can be even more available. Others of you are releasing identities that are no longer serving you, identities of being unhappy, discontent, worried, reserved for no reason. You give yourself the reasons. Whatever has kept you safe, honor yourself by understanding it was needed at one time, but it's not needed anymore. Now it's just comfortable and familiar. That's the domain of the lesser self. But you, the more, is urging you to grow, connected to higher self, connected with soul and spirit, aware of the infinite love and light of God and Goddess available to you always. And so when you're ready, gently close your eyes. Lean back or lie down and breathe in a gentle breath of relaxation. Your eyes drift closed if they're not already. Giving your body the message. It's time to meditate. It's time to go deeper into an altered state of mind where you are receptive, where you are willing and able to make choices, free of the physical plane, entering the more real so easily. But first, to go to safety. As you breathe in more relaxation, on the exhale, that energy fills your body. The cells respond. Perhaps they become more awake, more aware. The cells respond. Perhaps they relax. Perhaps they slow down. Perhaps they lean into the relaxation. You feel it in the muscles that release, in your neck and your shoulders first, down your spine, increment by increment, all the way down to your tailbone. You forget to relax the base of the spine. so concerned with carrying the burdens of the world. Let those go too. And allow yourself to know that you are safe. Continue to breathe gently. We will count from 10 to 1. With each descending number, you'll go deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper into an altered state of mind we call meditation. Breathing in and out. We will count from 10 to 1. The count of 1, you'll find yourself in your safe place. Your safe place may be a beautiful place in nature, or a room of your own design. Familiar, beautiful, and safe. And so we count 10, 9, 8, going deeper, letting go. 7, 6, 5. Begin to sense safety around you. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You are there in your safe place. Feel the tingles on the soles of your feet as the earth energy rises up to greet you, swirling around you and within you, grounding you in safety. Your mental eyes open. See what safety is made of for you. It may be in the colors or the light, maybe in the boundary, near or far. Sense the time of day it's your favorite. Allow it to be your favorite, whether it is day or night. Safety reflects what you choose. And so if you notice where you want to embellish, where you want to enhance the energies of safety, go ahead and contribute to safety in that way. And notice the sacred objects you've placed there from your many journeys, a beautiful crystal, a mantle of magic, a staff of power, a message from your dreamer, a blueprint from your Syrian magician, symbols and sigils, from soul, from God, from goddess. And just notice they add to safety. They are a recognition of who you are with your expanded perceptions, with your willingness to explore the unknowns, the beautiful, the silent, the sacred, the opening to soul, with your journeys to the temple of soul, and the awakening of spirit, who gathers the energies of manifestation. All of this possible because of your willingness to commune with higher self. You're building the trust that is required to access other realms, to allow the information you gather to be more real. Requires trust. Invite your higher self to be with you today in your safe place. And there at the edge of safety, a beautiful being of light appears. Or perhaps your higher self comes in personified form, familiar to you. As you approach each other in greeting, feel the love, the unconditional love your higher self has for you. In the presence of that love, your heart opens wide and your mind expands. Perhaps you embrace or hold hands or just be together, whatever is your ritual. Today, an opportunity to be more free of the past, of an old identity. Allow yourself to grow and change today in the love of higher self. It is easier. And so your higher self has a journey in mind and moves to the edge of safety onto a path. It requires your willingness. And so step across the boundary of safety and feel the shift in the energy. Feel the excitement to encounter something new. The path is gentle. It is easy. You need not even consider the path, really. Your higher self is leading the way. Perhaps you walk side by side. Perhaps you're just half a step behind so that you don't have to think. You don't have to concentrate on the path. You simply trust your higher self to lead the way, to create this adventure for you. It's all for you. The illusion, these journeys into safety and beyond, to enter and encounter more of the real so that you can bring it back into the illusion that is your physical plane. And as you allow yourself to lean on your higher self, in that trust, a gift that you give your higher self, they understand it is a gift that you give. You feel the gratitude for how far you have come, for how aware you are, how conscious you are. And there's an excitement that there's more, that this journey is just beginning in a sense. And you're ready to be more. You're ready to be more free, to be more alive, to be more of everything that you choose. And your higher self begins to talk. First beginning with how loved you are, how important you are in this lifetime, where you have stacked the odds in your favor by being aware that you are a spiritual being first and foremost, having a physical experience, being aware that you have a higher self, choosing to allow your higher self to be more real, an awareness of the more, and knowing it changes you, it changes reality. And within that, a call to bring your love and your light, to work your magic. So magic is very interesting. At first, you thought it was all ritual. And there is that component, absolutely. For you access the archetypes in new ways through ritual. But magic also has will, which you have come to understand is not the same as power over others, but rather aligning yourself with willingness to create something new. And so the working of magic often begins with choice. Hadn't really necessarily made that connection. Maybe you have. Perhaps for you, your magic begins with opening your imagination. Or perhaps it begins by opening to your creativity. Perhaps it begins by opening to love at that source of infinite unconditional love. There are other ways. You know which way is your way. You know which way opens you to magic, to being willing to grow, willing to change, willing to reach new heights of consciousness. And as we say these words, we hear the yeah buts. Why don't I have a perfect life? Why is it so hard? Why do I still resist? And we want you to know that that voice isn't you the more. It's of the lesser self reminding you not to leave behind your child and your adolescent. They must be free to join you. They must be free of their past, of your past. And they need your help. They need your awareness. They need your conscious participation. They need you to work your magic. For you are the map maker magician. That is their future. And beyond you in the future is your optimal future self. So if you feel inadequate to the task, you need not fear. You have your higher self and you have your optimal future self already, who has already succeeded in every way that you desire to assist with this process of healing the past. And as you do so, you change your identity. You change your thoughts, you change your feelings, you change what you think, say, and do in the physical world. How much of the resisting your magic have you allowed to become part of the problem? The fears of the child, the doubts of the adolescent, the worry of the young adult have kept you from reaching. For what would it mean if you could open your eyes from a meditation and have reality be different? Some of you have worked in the causal plane, and the power scared you, perhaps. Others of you, it was so wonderful. You wanted to secret it away and save it for one day, someday. Your subconscious mind, a powerful ally on this journey, remembers all the instructions perfectly, like a computer program, but more conscious. Some of you who are playing with AI at the moment understand, wow, if AI is this powerful and it's created by my subconscious mind, how powerful must my subconscious mind be? Perhaps this is a new thought for you. Never occurred to you that you were creating AI. Allow yourself to know the truth. It was born of your imagination, enhanced with creativity, with wisdom. It is no replacement for the more real, yet it serves its purpose to create elegance and ease. For you have been asking for years, I want more elegance, I want more ease, with harm to none. Technology is evolving with you, allowing you to create more easily, to allow mundane tasks to be less of a focus so you can be creative, so that you can use imagination to apply these ideas with wisdom, with compassion. Your higher self's been leading you. The path has led to a destination. Look around. Where have you found yourself? Are you at the beach? Perhaps you always land there. It's your favorite place. The elements are exalted, and there's such a gentle lull that happens. The waves gently lapping the shore. The light glimmering, gleaming on the water surface. Perhaps a mist shows up, enveloping you. Perhaps there's a bonfire. As the sun sets, becoming a beautiful orange or red ball. Doesn't last long before it slips beyond the horizon. Just you and higher self, with the waves and a fire. Perhaps you found yourself instead on mountain top. At first, present to the air, the sky so beautiful. A beautiful, gentle breeze lifts your spirit, fills you with joy. And as the sun sets from this pinnacle, you see the setting sun as it changes its colors, and the blue of the sky becomes dark, a beautiful velvet dark blue, almost black, dotted with a million stars. Perhaps it's the Milky Way that flows through above you. Perhaps you see Orion pointing to Sirius. Or perhaps you see the Big Dipper. Perhaps you see a constellation that is meaningful to you. Allow the night sky to inspire you. If you found yourself in the sacred grove, in the hush, in the silence, the giant trees welcome you. You found your way to the clearing where the sun lit that clearing so beautifully. It's easy for you to step right into it. And even here, the light changed. At first, everything goes to a bit of gray. And in that hush, in that dim light, you become more present to the presence of the ancients who welcome you. You are here to take your place among the ancients. Answer the call to be a part of something more. Perhaps you sense your own energy sink down deep into the earth to blend with the roots of the trees. And you feel your energy rise up to the tops of the trees. And as you look up, the sky has changed. It's nighttime now. A single star twinkles above, or the moon drifting across the opening above you. And there's a feeling of peace and belonging. You are home. And just be here with higher self in the beauty of the silence. Perhaps you found yourself gathering flowers in the valley. A beautiful valley, so green and colorful all at once. And you hear the trickle of the water of the brook that eventually leads to the waterfall. As you follow it, it's easy, the path goes straight there. You feel the moisture before you arrive from the mist of the waterfall. You hear the sounds, the beautiful sound. You become aware of the nature spirits, the undine, the sylph, the salamander, the gnome are all present, dancing and laughing, delighted with your arrival. The rainbows shine off the mist as the water flows. And you take a deep breath in, gathering the negative ions that make you happy and relieve the stress and strain of the day. And as you become more still, you become aware of the path that continues behind the waterfall. Hadn't noticed it at first. You were so enamored with the waterfall itself and with the nature spirits. Your higher self leads you on that path behind the waterfall into a grotto, into a cavern deep in the earth, where you can ground and connect and allow the earth energy to fill you. And there's the healing sound of the water that lulls you into an altered state as you finally relax, as you finally calm down. Wherever you are, your higher self has an experience for you. It's time to release the old you. Perhaps you're standing or sitting, doesn't matter. Notice that the you used to be that has kept you safe, that you have now outgrown, steps out of you, and you see yourself. Doesn't look too differently from who you are, but it's noticeable. It's a limited version of you, caught in fear or doubt or worry. The you that feels stuck, but deeper than feeling stuck, there's a despair, a hopelessness that showed up somewhere along the way, maybe very young, maybe after many tries. All of this before your spiritual journey began, before you became more aware of who you are. But this you is still howling in despair, thinking all is lost, that you are utterly alone, that you are so broken you will never heal, or that you are so unforgivable. Whatever was decided, ask your higher self, what did I decide? What is causing the howl of despair? And the you before you becomes the age of when it all began. You may see an infant. You may see a young child. You may see a young adolescent or a young adult. Whenever it first began is where you want to heal it. For that you deserves peace. Ask your higher self to help that you, to bring a higher truth, to pick you up, or to hold you gently in their love, in their light. For this you doesn't know you have a higher self, doesn't know that they can never be separate. And as your higher self works with this aspect of you, pulling the despair, and the strategy that was decided to survive it. Pity, massive self-pity, martyrhood, punishing, hostile, pain. I'll just be in pain. I'll just be separate from everything and everyone. I'll never need anyone else. I'll be completely self-reliant. I'll be alone. I won't let anyone love me. I'm not enough. I will stay broken like Humpty Dumpty. I can never be put back together. And as the truth of the strategy, this is what I chose to do, to deal with a moment of despair that was so painful, so debilitating. I had to survive it. I had to pick something. If I was going to have a lifetime, I had to survive. Your higher self says, I know. I understand. I love you. I forgive you. You feel the gentle forgiveness loosen the blame, the hurt, the pain, the shame, as your higher self lifts what couldn't be spoken, what couldn't be acknowledged. Your higher self turns it over to the goddess, someone more even than your higher self. And brings back a healing balm, maybe in the form of an elixir or a mantle of love, a mist of compassion, a healing balm of worth that is given. You were sure you didn't get any when it was handed out. You didn't know it was covered up with despair. It was there all along. And with it, the love, a capacity to love that is infinite. And in that capacity, you find your will. Feel the will becoming stronger in the presence of worth and love that is given by God Goddess. And the you that was buried in despair is emerging brand new. free of despair, whole and complete, emerging. Child or the adolescent or the young adult stands before you gleaming, pure love and light, worth restored, never went away. But now you can see, and within that worth, the will that is required for magic to work. What form does this you want your magic to represent? Do you have a magic wand or a crystal? So powerful you can create anything with it. What form? Do they have beautiful light flowing from their hands? Stars in their eyes? Do they have a cauldron that they stir as they work their magic? What form do they want their magic to take? Do they prefer the high magic of resonance? I'll just be it, and then it will be so. All of their magic is restored. And as you look on, you notice it's being restored to you too. Receive it, this gift of your will, of magic, sourced in love and worth that is given. Absorb it into your cellular memory. This is who you are. This is who you were always meant to be. But you had forgotten or you had lost it. But you are restored. Wherever you stand, at Ocean Beach, a mountaintop in Sacred Grove, behind the waterfall, you emerge brand new. Your higher self leads you back. You don't know how you got back to safety, but there you stand. If your magic took a particular form, find a place in safety to keep it safe. It is precious. It is within you. The magic is within you. But if you brought back something, set it down in safety, knowing you can always return to it. You can choose when to work your magic. Your higher self, so proud of you. It was a difficult task. But in the presence of higher self, the task was doable, was easy. And as it's time to return, your higher self says their goodbyes. As they move to the edge of safety to return to their realm, you prepare to return to the here and now, remembering all that is appropriate. We will count from 1 to 5. With each number, you will return gently so, until at the count of 5, you are fully alert, fully awake, back in the here and now. Remembering all that is appropriate. 1, 2, returning. 3, Sense your fingers and your toes, wiggle them about a bit. 4 and 5. Open your eyes. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale to ground. You went deeper than you know. Breathe a few more times, rub your legs or your arms, or gently tap your forehead to get yourself back in your body.